Hey guys, happy 2020. Today's video is going to be a bit different. I thought I would share 2019 with you all and just to kind of go over everything that I feel like I learned. This list isn't going to be in order, and hopefully everything will inspire you all, and even if you probably didn't accomplish as much as you wanted to, and sometimes it can be a little discouraging when you look back and you realize, man, I guess I could have tried harder, but nonetheless, as long as you give yourself time to go within and contemplate on what you could and could improve on, or just overall patting yourself on the back for getting through another year and knowing that you did everything that you were meant to do is a good thing. So today's video I wanted to share with you all what I learned in 2019 as an artist. And the one thing that I can say that I learned personally right off the bat is don't be afraid to take risks. I used to live in a box and I used to not want to try anything new. I would constantly find myself saying no to opportunities as an artist or just with people in general, and I learned that sometimes you really just have to start saying yes. Like the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey, it's super motivational and absolutely true despite how funny it is. The philosophy is the same and it's very true. You know, you have to take risks to better your opportunities in life as an artist or just as a person in general. And if you don't, you find yourself missing out. And personally, I believe that the human experience is all about experiences. So we have to go out of our comfort zone all the time, whether we have good experiences that we like or bad experiences that just make us cringe. The experience is what matters. And the more we get to try for ourselves and give ourselves a chance to really discover whether or not we like something or not like something, it's truly a liberating thing. And so it's important for me, I learned that you have to take risks in life and you have to at least say that you tried. The second thing that I highly think was very repetitive in 2019 was just ultimately doing what felt right for me. There were so many times where I would often, I guess, doubt myself in a way, and it was something that was holding me back all the time. And if I ever let fear get the best of me, you know, especially as an artist, you know, you beat yourself up and sometimes you're not so sure if this is the right thing and you're not really sure if you thought it out thoroughly enough. So sometimes it's really just important to just do what feels right. Don't second guess yourself and don't give yourself time to second guess yourself. Everything is a process, and I find often at times if I just follow through with what feels right, you know, that gut instinct that where you know you don't know why you do something but you just have to do it because it's what makes sense at the time. And I think one can easily tell if something is wrong, and if you don't have those feelings off the bat, then I think it's worth it to just do what feels right, even if it's spontaneous and you're not really sure why you're doing it. Sometimes it's just good to just do what feels right and just go with the flow of things. I also learned that no matter how confident you're going to be as an artist and no matter what you've achieved or what your goals are, you're going to experience doubt along the way, whether it's by yourself. But the worst one for me personally that I found was when it came directly from friends and relatives. And what I took away from that is that I highly believe in the universe, and I believe that everything around me is, in its way, you know, from the objects around me to the people around me to the opportunities that I get. I like to think that everything is a reflection of me. So if there's something that I'm seeing in my life, obviously it's reflecting because I'm attracting it. And that's just what I believe. I don't expect everyone to think that kind of way, but it has helped me live a more balanced lifestyle. It also kind of helps me not dwell in the everyday problems. So when friends and relatives often question what I'm going to be doing, you know, with my life, and when they hear that I really just want to be an artist and that art genuinely makes me happy, and I don't get the response that I would have liked to, and it happens all the time, and I'm sure it happens to many artists out there, you know, I often take it as a sign from the universe, because that's just what helps me process these things a little bit better. Is I just take it as a sign, you know, as a little challenge, and it's often a reminder of whether or not I'm truly passionate about what I'm doing, or if I really enjoy what I'm doing, how much would I stand up for this passion. You know, And I believe life is all about obstacles, and the more obstacles that we have in our lives, as weird as it sounds and maybe even contradicting, I often think the more obstacles we have, the better our lives become, and it becomes richer and we get more wiser. And so I try not to take friends or relatives criticism personally, but I do use it as a stepping stone for my career. It hasn't been easy, and every now and then I do get a little bit carried away with everyone else's opinions about, my decisions in life. And I hope every artist at least reminds themselves ultimately of why they love to do art, why it makes them happy, how is it making a difference in your life and in other people's lives. And just know that if there's someone out there like you who exists, there's definitely going to be millions of others who will come and appreciate the same thing. And it's easy when you're in your own little world as an artist, you think, you're kind of alone. So branching out and reaching out to other people to give you support on your art and just to motivate you and just to have people who are there to support you, it's really important. And it helps also combat the negative feedback, if you should get any, but whether it's from other people or from yourself, because we can also be our own worst critics. Having a great support system in place can really help combat that. This year, despite how many things that I really aim to achieve, distractions were such a big thing, and I really found that the phones can be so distracting. So sometimes if I'm recording, if I'm making art, if I'm just home in general, I just turn my phone off or I turn it on airplane mode, because just the littlest sound can make my thoughts go a little bit crazy. And I think technology nowadays, we're so used to constantly having our phones in our faces because of how lifestyle is now. As technology gets more advanced, it's only natural that technology is going to be more part of our lives. But I do think it's important to have the balance and to know when you should turn your phone off, when you should spend time with yourself, just be in the moment with yourself, or whether it's with other people. It's just important to know how to switch off from other distractions, and to really put your foot down with it. Like this year, I really have been trying to just be more with myself, be more in tune with my own thoughts. I also learned to embrace being alone. I'm someone who loves to be alone, and sometimes it's just important to put your foot down and just dedicate yourself the time that you need and to think about what you truly need. And for me, I operate better if I just have that alone time, and that's something that is important to express in your life and to embrace also. It's a time where I find it to be creative, and this year I spent a lot of it, I guess, just keeping to myself, being alone, and being true to myself. And that's something that has made me a great artist too, is just embracing that little known fact. I also focused on dieting this year. I really wanted to develop better eating habits and overall just make it a lifestyle. I just didn't want to find some typical diet routine that I would try for a few months and then next thing you know, I would be gaining the weight again. So this year I really focused on actually finding a routine that worked for me and something that helped me develop better eating habits, habits that would stick with me for life. And I found out about keto dieting. My guinea pigs are being so loud right now. I found out about keto dieting, and it's not really a diet, it's a lifestyle, honestly. And I learned the importance of just being mindful of carbs. And for someone like me, I realized that knowing that kind of information was actually life-changing. So changing anything up about your diet, and if you know that you can do something that's going to help better you as a person and make you operate better as a person, because our bodies are machines, and if we're not feeding it the right things and we're not taking care of it the way that we should be taking care of it, and we're not moving around and circulating the blood flow throughout our body and just keeping. So I guess for this year, I would love to just ultimately keep seeing myself push myself and trying different things. And whenever it comes to challenges, I want to keep setting challenges for myself. Like in 2019, I decided to try Inktober for the first time ever. And while it was very nerve-wracking because I was trying something new, and again, we human beings often like routines, and that was a really big jump out of my normal routine. It really taught me a lot, and it helped my skills improve. And I think for many artists, constantly challenging yourself, regardless of what year it is, or regardless of what you may hear from other people, or how that little ego voice in your head tells you what you can and can't do. You know, challenging yourself is awesome because it allows us to grow, it allows us to become different. It just overall helps us become wiser, and the more we allow ourselves to experience, the better, and the more we can become to know more as an artist, and trying different things that I normally wouldn't try, and opening myself to more opportunities like having an art show. I never would have thought that I would have had my own art show, but I pushed myself to do it, and I really want other people to realize that you can achieve all the things that you want to achieve. You can do it regardless of what other people tell you can and can't do. You're capable of great things, and I hope my experiences and my stories will help motivate you all into believing in yourself this year, and to just be easy on yourself. It's going to be a tough one. You know, life is not easy, but as long as you're going to be there for yourself, it can only keep getting better. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I wish you all the best. Bye.